Okay, so the first card you've got for your past is the Knight of Pentacles. Very stable card, hard-working card. This is you. You're stable, you're hardworking, you work really, really hard. This feels really self-confident actually to me. I'm getting this feeling of self-assurance. I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I've had a lot of ups and downs in my past. I've had lots of problems in my past, especially right back from when I was a child. Things are a bit unstable. That's what I'm getting. And now, because I'm by myself, because I'm relying on myself, I'm more stable. That's what I'm getting. So many unreliable people you've had in your past, and you've let a lot of that go. And now I'm by myself, I'm working hard. Yeah, I think you're literally working on something. You're trying to achieve something. And this is something that comes from the heart, actually. It's not just any old thing you're achieving. This is something quite different. It doesn't feel like a regular job. It feels like it's something that you really, really want. So yeah, if that's you, keep on going with that. It feels very strong to me. And I think you know that it's going to take time to do. You know, this is the slow card, this is the workhorse. You don't mind working hard, you're willing to work hard, you're willing to be patient. There's lots of patience here as well. And I'm seeing patience over this whole reading. But yeah, there might be someone who's a little bit critical, very, very subtle criticisms I'm getting. And this is coming from someone who shouldn't be saying anything at all. Well, no one should be saying anything to you, of course, but this is someone who really doesn't deserve to have any say in you at all. Yeah, I'm getting quite angry actually. I'm feeling very strongly about this. Okay, this might just be for a few people. It's quite specific, but I have to say this for someone. There's someone who should have been there for you and they weren't there. They should have been there for you and they weren't there. This feels like it goes back when you were a child. Yeah, someone was supposed to be there for you and they weren't there. Now, this might be a parent, but it was someone who was supposed to take care of you and they didn't take care of you. And they didn't. They weren't there. They weren't there. And someone else stepped up. I'm getting this. It's like a revolving door. Someone left, someone else stepped up, they came in, they took care of you, they absolutely loved you. They absolutely loved you. They took over. And they still love you. They love you. They're not around you, I don't think. I don't think they're here, actually. But they're proud of you, they love you, and I just feel as if I have to say that for someone. Just know this person's proud of you. This person would never criticize you. Never, ever, ever. But I think this criticism might be coming from this person who left. And there's some kind of reunion, you're around them, or you got together again later on in life or something like that. You reunited with this person who should have taken care of you. And now, it's not all bad, I'll have to say that, it's not all bad, but I am getting these little criticisms. And they really should not, you know, if someone wasn't there with you, if someone didn't raise you, they don't deserve to criticize you. That's what I'm saying to someone. So now I'm not telling you to separate. I don't think that's what you want to do. You might not have a lot of family around you right now, and maybe that's why you want to hang on to people. That's totally up to you. I'd never tell you what to do. But you do not have to take this criticism. Again, it's very, very subtle. Very subtle. Very subtle. Yeah, whoever this was that was around you growing up, whoever stepped up, whoever took care of you, they back you up 100% in what you want to do. They're proud of you. They know you're capable. And I think they've always told you that. This is someone who supported you. They're still supporting you. Wherever they are, it doesn't matter where they are, even if they're not there. They're still supporting you. And I think you feel this person around you supporting you. That's what I'm getting, if that resonates with you. So I really hope that makes sense to someone, because I'm getting this, oh, I probably shouldn't say this, but it feels like a false sense of loyalty. It feels like you're loyal to someone who maybe might not deserve it. But of course, that's up to you. I don't want to say any more. I don't want to get into trouble. So, okay, so yeah, the next card you've got for your past is the Eight of Swords. Okay. All right, so I'm just looking at the sequence between, the Knight of Pentacles and this card. Okay, so this is a love connection. There's love here. Yeah, there's love here and there's problems. There's love and there's problems. Someone's going through something quite difficult. It feels very heavy. There's a lot of frustration here. I think that frustration might be coming from you. Yeah, it feels like you'd like this to be a little bit further along than it is, or you'd like it to be at a further stage than it is. I don't know if you're in a relationship, or whether you're just talking to someone, or you're on the verge of being in a relationship, or you might be in one and you want things to be, progressing a bit further than it is. Yeah, it feels really, really slow. You've got this Knight of Pentacles here as well, so very slow, very, very slow. And I think you know why this is slow. I think you know why this is taking time. If this is you, you're a very patient person. I can see that. But okay, this is what I'm getting. I don't know if this is going to make any sense, but it's like, I don't want half a relationship. I don't want a promise of a relationship. I don't want half the thing. I want the whole thing. I want it all. I want the stability. I want the stability of the Knight of Pentacles. I want someone to do this. Look at this Knight of Pentacles. I want someone to lift me up like this coin and look at me and stare at me and say, I want you, I want you. That's what this Knight's doing. That's what you want. You want a future, you want a stable future. That's what you want, that stability. And I think you know it can happen. I think you know it's possible, and that's why you're kind of hanging, I shouldn't say hanging on, that's why you're kind of waiting. That's why you're being so patient. But yeah, lots and lots of complications around this person, lots of problems around them. I think they're still tied to something or someone. It's like an old situation they're tied to, very complicated. Now, I have to say this, I'm not seeing any third parties. There are no threes here in this whole spread, so it's not that. They're not attached to anyone in love. I'm not seeing that, so don't worry about that. But they're still tied to someone or a difficult situation. They're trapped by something. They're trapped by something. Look at this poor woman in the Eight of Swords. She's completely trapped. And so, yeah, if you're with someone, if you're waiting for something, if you're waiting for things to progress, and yeah, again, I'm getting this doubt. You might have this little doubt inside yourself. You might be thinking, well, if they're taking all this time, do they really want me? Do they really want to be with me? Or, are they just dragging their feet? This woman's literally dragging her feet because she's in the mud. And when you're trying to walk in mud, you can't go very quickly. You're dragging your feet in the mud. And that's how it feels like to you. But I have to tell you, it does feel like they do want to be with you. I am getting that from them. I'm not getting negativity toward you, but what I am getting is negativity toward this situation. It's holding them back, it's dragging them back. That's what I'm getting. And it feels like they're working toward getting out of this. You've got the Eight of Pentacles there right next to this, so they are working their way out. But and yeah, you're patient, you know that, but deep down, yeah, you want this to hurry up. I can see that. And I'd love to be able to say to you, oh, it'll be fine. They'll hurry up and everything will be quick tomorrow. It'll be fine tomorrow. Everything will hurry up. But that's not going to happen. It is going to take time. It's going to take time. I'm not going to pretend it's not. What I can say is they do want to be with you. They do want to be with you. They're under a lot of pressure, I think. And I think you know that as well. And it feels like you don't want to put any more pressure on them. So maybe you're not saying, oh, hurry up, what are you doing? I don't think you're doing that to them. You're just sitting back and you're feeling this and you're worrying a bit about this. But it's going to take time. It really is. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. I have to tell you the truth there. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so the last card you've got for your past, Justice. Yeah, they might be going through a divorce. That's what this might be. And, you know, sometimes these things take time. They just take a long time. Sometimes there's lots of negotiations that have to happen. And it does feel like a bit of a mess, a bit of a web that they have to kind of sort through. You know, they're trapped in this. They don't want to be in this. I'm getting this, so I have to say this. And, you know, also, lots of things have slowed down as well because of the situation the world's in. So there might be a bit of that as well. Sometimes, you know, people aren't at work, they're not in the office, things are closed. There's that as well. So there's a bit of mental stress there as well. They're struggling with this mentally. There's a lot for them to deal with. Yeah, it looks like there's a big main decision, one big decision here. And they're trying to make this decision, because sometimes the Justice card can be about balance. It can be about, oh, on the one hand this, and on the other hand this. What am I going to do with this decision? Should I do this? Should I do that? So they've got this big decision they have to make. And they're really struggling with this, I think. But I think when this is all over, I think that when that big decision's out of the way, I think things will start to speed up with this. I think it's just this big decision that's right in the way that's the main thing there. That's what I'm getting here. But yeah, things are going to speed up after this is over. You know, you've got the Eight of Wands there. So, you know, if you're choosing to wait, you won't be waiting forever. It's going to take time, but once that big decision's over with, I think things will start to happen. Things will start to move. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, look at this middle row, just going across horizontally. So you've got the 3 8s here. You've got 3 8s. You know, you've got 8 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 3 8s. And 8s are all about infinity. So infinity, this is a relationship that can go on forever. It can go on into infinity. So you've got stability here. You've got stability here if you're prepared to wait. Now, I hate saying this actually, but I just had to say that because I don't like telling people to wait. I don't like telling people to wait. I like people to move on. I like things to happen. I'm Aries. I don't like that. But in this situation, if you do wait, I think, you know, the time will come and there'll be progress. Now, this is for people who know that they're with the right person. They know they're with the right person. There's no cheating, there's no hurting, there's no playing around, there's nothing like that happening. There's just this situation that they're in that's dragging on, that's going to come to an end, and you know that. So I'm not talking about waiting for people who are in a bad situation. This isn't what that's about. This is for if this is all resonating with you and you know in your heart that this is the right person, but you've just got to wait for that. So yeah, if that's you, 3 8s, this can go into infinity. This can be a relationship that's long lasting. If all this happens, if they resolve this, and if you wait, things are going to speed up later on. So I hope that makes sense to someone. Okay, so yeah, the first card you've got at your presence, the 8 of Cups. Yeah, so another 8. I wasn't even noticing this one. So you've got 4 8s. You've got 8s in every suit, all the 8s. And you know, that's really, really rare actually. I never get them together. I never get them all together. I think this is probably the first time I've ever seen them all together like this. So this is a lasting relationship, or it's got the potential to be lasting if they can sort this out. And if you wait, that's what I'm getting. And you're looking for this everlasting relationship. You're looking for this in the Knight of Pentacles, stability. So here it is. This is the evidence that this is there for you. And yeah, there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work on their end, obviously. There's a lot of waiting on your end. But here it is, 4 8s. There's the evidence for you. I never ever see this. So that's a very special thing to get there. Okay, there's something else here in this card. Yeah, I'm getting a falling out here. This is the 8 of Cups. Someone's walking away. Someone's unhappy. There's a falling out. There's some kind of argument. I think this is something that happened a while ago. Yeah, you were really, really close to whoever this is. Might be a family member because there's a lot of closeness. Yeah, there's this, I'm getting this feeling of pushing. So it's like being pushed away, being pushed to your, being pushed to your limit, being pushed to the edge. That's what I'm getting. Being pushed right to the edge by this person, and you're pushed and you're pushed and you just couldn't go anymore. You were so exhausted. You tried with them and you just had to let it go. That's what I'm getting. There's a bit of guilt here, actually. Guilt on both sides, I think. There's guilt on their side because they know they've disappointed you. They know they've disappointed you, and yeah, it's their behaviour, something about their behaviour that made you let them go. You're like, no, I can't bear this anymore. I can't bear this anymore. And yeah, when I say guilt on both sides, it's like they felt guilty about their behaviour, and it looks like maybe you felt a bit guilty for letting them go when you did. If that's how you're still feeling, if you're still worried about this, it was the right thing for you to do, to let them go at this time. I don't want you to feel guilty about this because firstly I'm seeing lots and lots of chances. You tried and you tried and you tried with this person over and over again. You couldn't have done any more than you've done. And okay, I don't know if there was an addiction problem or something like that. It feels like it might be that, doesn't have to be, but I'm getting that. So what I'm getting here is they're either walking away from that old behaviour, that addictive behaviour, whatever that is, or they've already done that, or they're working through this. So they're at some stage, they're at some level, they're at some stage in this process of walking away from that bad behaviour. So that's where they're at. If you're wondering where this person is, that's what's happening. Yeah, things are improving. Things are starting to improve for them. I'm seeing that. Now, I'm not seeing them coming forward to talk to you right now. Yeah, I think there is going to be some kind of reconnection between you at some time in the future. You know, because again, you've got the Six of Cups here, reunions. But it's not going to be there for a while. I think they've got a lot to sort out first. And again, it's up to you. You might choose not to see them because they really put you through things. They put you through a lot. So you might choose to say no to them. But just letting you know that's coming up, and this is where they're at. They're at the stage where they're trying to improve things for themselves, and they're getting there. They're really getting somewhere. I can see that. Okay, I'm just getting this. I don't know what this is. Yeah. They did something that was unforgivable. It was like the last straw for you. There's something that happened at night time. Maybe it was a nighttime argument. Maybe you saw something they were doing at night time, or you heard something at night time, and you couldn't forgive this. So maybe you're not going to see them again. It might be that, but I don't know. That maybe you feel like that at this time. I still can't forgive them. I'll never forgive them. I don't know what's going to happen at the time when they do decide to come back, but they are going to at some time. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. That's what I'm seeing there. Okay, so the next card you've got for your present is this Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, this person in the Eight of Cups, they're making an effort. They're working their way out of this situation. They're trying to get out of this bad situation. Yeah, there's a really big change in them, actually. They're working at that. You know, I think at one time they probably would have tried to rely on other people around them, maybe their family, maybe you. I think they tried to rely on you a few times, maybe even financially. They used people as a crutch, and then they kept on with this bad behaviour. That's what I'm seeing. But now they're determined to do this, and they're doing this because they're by themselves. That's what I'm seeing. That's really clear to me now. So yeah, there's a lot of silence here. I'm getting this silence. I'm getting lots and lots of noise, and then a silence. So, you know, it might be that when you first made this break with them, you know, that they were trying to contact you a lot. Lots and lots of messages I'm getting here, because you can see that in the Eight of Wands. That can be lots of messages. And then that stopped. There was this silence. And yeah, maybe that's when all this guilt started with you, and all this worry and all that. Because it's like, oh, what's now? What's happening now? It's all silent. Are they okay? Are they here? What's happening? You know, again, I have to say, I feel as if I have to say this for someone. Don't blame yourself, because they're dealing with this by themselves now, and that's the best thing for them. Because I don't think they'd be at the stage where they're at now if they weren't doing this by themselves. If they were still leaning on people, I think they'd still be in their bad behaviour. That's what I'm getting. I know that sounds quite harsh, but they needed to be by themselves to work through this. Yeah, I'll just show you how I'm seeing this. I'll just show you the sequence. Especially if you're still feeling guilty about this, I want to show you this. So, you know, look at the Nine of Swords down there. So, look at how trapped this poor woman is. So, they were trapped by this behaviour or this addiction or whatever this was, whatever this is. And, you know, then you've got the Four of Swords up there, top right. So, there's meditation, thoughtfulness. They're really starting to think about themselves and where they are. And again, this man's by himself in the Four of Swords, really thinking, really meditating. And then under that, you've got the Eight of Wands, which is freedom. So entrapment, really thinking, really being by themselves, working through things. That's what's going to give them the freedom from their past behavior. So if you're still worrying, or if you're feeling guilty, just know that the fact that they're by themselves and they're working through this by themselves is what's helping them to get through this. So I really, really hope that makes sense to someone.